Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
On July 16, 2025, at Coldplaygate Stadium show in Massachusetts, the Stadium Kiss Camp focused on Astronomer CEO and Byron and HR Chief Kristin Cabot. Both visibly flustered, ducked after Chris Martin joked either they're having an affair or they are very shy. July 17 to 18, 2025, the video went viral, racking up millions of views. Former employees calling Byron toxic reacted with laughter, and July 18, Astronomer placed both Byron and Cabot on leave and launched an investigation. On July 19, Byron resigned. Pete DeJoy became interim CEO. On July 20, Chris Martin referenced the scandal again at a later concert. Do your makeup before the Kiss Cam, keeping the moment top of mind. Now, this video is about the viral video that went around last week about Andy Byron, the CEO of Astronomer, and the HR executive, Kristin Cabot. The video went so viral that every feed on Instagram, on TikTok, and on Twitter, I kept seeing them, and I was intrigued. Not because of their cheating scandal, but because of the way they were exposed. I mean, millions of views. Everybody was talking about it. Comment sections everywhere. Divorce rumors, and telling the wife of the CEO that he can go ahead and make money and go and do whatever he wants. However, I kept thinking about the dynamics of whatever I saw, why it matters, and why I need to tell you guys in this video. The optics of a CEO entangled with an HR raises immediate question of power imbalance. We also have what they call the workplace culture. Reports from ex-employees describe Byron as an aggressive, sales-driven, toxic leader. The enjoyment of the scandal signals deep workplace resentment. Maybe that's why people are laughing at him. And the third point is corporate governance. Astronomer took quick decision and action. Leave, investigation, resignation, demonstrating CEO's accountability in real time. What you're going to consider in this video will be 3 points. The first one is power dynamics, the second one is conflict of interest, and the third one is company trust. What happens when a CEO and an HR chief are caught on camera together? So having seen all this, what I will talk about will be the dynamics of an HR or a CEO relationship, the power imbalance and conflict of interest. HR plays a central role in hiring, discipline, promotion, and conflict resolution. If an HR professional enters a relationship with an employee, especially a superior or a subordinate, it creates a direct conflict of interest that undermines impartiality. Perception of favoritism and bias. Even if decisions are merit-based, co-workers may believe preferential treatment is at play, which can seriously damage morale and productivity. Studies show a significant percentage of employees feel uncomfortable in an environment where office romance occur. That is why office policies usually discourage people to be romantically involved, because it can affect their work product or it can affect their interpersonal relationship with others. Increased legal exposure. A relationship gone sour may lead to sexual harassment claims, especially if allegations of retaliations, coercion, or unprofessional conduct arise. HR involvement in such a relationship heightens potential legal risks for the company. Then loss of trust in HR. HR is like the arm of the company that ensures discipline. So HR is meant to uphold ethics and confidentiality. Relationships within the department can erode employee trust in reporting systems, since people may fear that disclosures are handled subjectively or inconsistently. And I will say, with this type of video, I think that Andy Byron has taken the right decision by resigning. But going forward, we know that so many companies and organizations usually do all these things. They are romantically involved, maybe between the CEO and the employee, between the employee and the wife of the CEO, between the janitor and the technician. So what can be done for many organizations and corporate systems? Establish clear policies. Prohibit or strictly manage supervisor, subordinate, or HR employee relationship. require disclosure of any romantic relationship involving HR or executive or staff, followed by adjustments such as reassigning reporting structures. A few days before this scandal, Andy Byron was praising Kristin that she was doing a very good job. And a few days after, we saw that they were holding each other. The second point is use love contracts, also known as consensual relationship agreements. Written declarations confirming the relationship is voluntary, with commitments to maintain professionalism and avoid harassment claims. That means that if you want to enter into any relationship, you have to say and declare that there is no coercion, there is no intimidation, this is way voluntary, and then you are going to maintain professionalism and you're going to avoid harassment claims in case things go sour. But in this case, it wasn't applicable because Andy Byron was married and Kristin Cabot was also married. In fact, I saw somewhere that Kristin Cabot is married to the wealthiest family or the oldest money in Boston. That means that her husband is from a well-to-do family. It wasn't about the money. So what is the problem? So because they are both married, that is cheating right there on their respective spouses. So the office romance is not allowed. But in that video still, we saw that there was a lady that was laughing with them, and eventually her name came out that she was one of the staff in the HR department. That means that she was aware of what was happening in the company. Does that mean it is allowed? So I will say that they didn't have clear policies regarding how they operate. But because Andy Byron is the CEO, maybe anything could go and nobody will complain about it. The third point is provide ethical training and communication. Include workplace relationship policies and handbooks, onboarding and ongoing harassment training. Make disclosure channels comfortable, safe and clearly defined. If you don't have all those things on ground, then there can be a problem. Finally, enforce consequences transparently. Consequences can include reassignments, formal reprimands, or terminations, especially if favoritism or breach of policy occur. Implementation must be fair and consistent to maintain credibility. Now, what are the best practices for ethics and culture? Emphasize professionalism. Avoid PDA. Limit romantic interaction during work hours and keep personal communications off platforms. Even though this doesn't apply to Andy Byron because he was legally married, and Kristin, who was also legally married, going forward, anybody that wants to involve in office romance must keep the work different from their personal lives, even though they love each other. They have to support confidential reporting. Silent spaces for onboards like systems help preserve trust and allow employees to voice concerns without fear. Keep policies updated. I'm very sure many companies after this incident will ensure that if you are legally married to your spouse, you should not be involved in office romance. Even though there's that space of, oh, it's my private life, it's my personal life, I can do what I need to do, eventually it can backfire on the company. Nobody knew of Astronomer some days ago, but everybody, almost everybody, knows of Astronomer. It can be positive, it can be negative, right? Because people may want to do business with them. However, there are some clients who have moral codes, which is, if the CEO of a company was engaged in an immoral act or an act that doesn't justify reasonableness, then those companies or clients may take off their deals from the company, and before you know, Astronomer can run aground, though different strokes for different folks, because there are some clients that will still go ahead. Now, what are the HR specific concerns? Dating someone in HR is often seen as problematic, as manager subordinate dating, because HR's role inherently deals with employee conduct and conflict assessments. A breakup or misuse of information can drastically erode HR neutrality. In this company, if the CEO says, I want this done against an employee, because of their romantic connection and contracts, the HR has to do it, even if that was done out of subjective mindset or out of malice. So the HR's position must always be neutral. Don't be involved with any CEO, especially if you're married and the CEO is married. Or Best off, don't go to any concert, any public environment. That was why Coldplay announces that if you have not applied your makeup on July 20, go and apply your makeup. Finally, failed relationships involving HR personnel make enforcement inconsistent, complicates investigations, and may lead to lawsuit or internal distrust. So guys, what's your reaction about this video? What's your reaction towards it? Do you think that they needed to have divorced before they went public? Was Coldplay concert the best place to go to? What about the imbalance in criticism about Byron and not about Kristin Cabot? Many people are not really talking about the husband of Kristin, whether he's suffering from what happened in the scandal, but people are actually empathizing with the wife of Byron. Is there a gender imbalance here? Is there a double standard here? I would like to have your reactions in the comment section. Like, subscribe. I will be bringing more videos like this out, and I will see you in the next video.